Welcome to the beautiful island of St. Croix and the future home of the Captain Morgan Rum Distillery. Diageo USVI is a local operating company of Diageo. In June 2008, Governor John P. DeYoung and Diageo jointly announced a private-public venture to produce a high-capacity rum distillery here in St. Croix. This 30-year commitment will provide a major economic stimulus to the U.S. territory. Once in operation in 2010, the distillery will have the capacity to produce 20 million proof gallons of rum and is expected to generate some $100 million worth of revenue. Now I'd like to take you on a nice tour of this distillery. I thought what I would do to take you on a walking tour today is actually walk the entire process. So where we're going to start is down at our molasses tanks. Behind me you see two large molasses tanks, each holding approximately 4 million gallons. One will contain blackstrap, the other high test. These tanks will be filled directly from the tank ships located in the harbor. From here, the rum is going to be pumped on a pipe bridge of approximately 1 kilometer up to the distillery to our fermenters. So let's go there next. Yeah, we're just leaving the molasses tank area, going to drive up to the distillery. The distillery has been is built on about 24 acres of land, and it encompasses two major pieces, which is the wash water process as well as the distillery itself. So we've got two major contractors that have been looking after the construction of those two areas. So from the molasses tank area, the molasses is pumped up to our pre-fermentation tanks, where it's reduced down, yeast is added. From here, it's mixed with additional molasses and water and pumped into our large fermenters. These fermenters are approximately 900,000 liter fermenters and take about approximately 40 hours to cycle. After the mash has fermented and produced around 8 to 10% alcohol, it's going to move now to our distillation, our 5-column distillation unit, which includes a wash column, a couple of rectifying columns, and an alcohol column. All of the alcohol will be extracted out of the wash and sent to our day tanks. The effluent that comes out of the bottom of the stills, called vinesse, will be processed over in our wash water treatment facility. This type of distillation unit is called a vacuum still. The benefit of the vacuum still allows you to run your wash column at a lot lower temperature, which allows you to use less energy, and it allows you to clean the whole process a lot less. So after we finish and we've got the product that's come out at approximately 190 proof, it's going to go into these day tanks. These small day tanks hold approximately 1 shift worth of product. The product will be sensory approved, all the other analytical tests will be done. Once it's approved, it will then be pumped over to our big receiving tanks. These large holding tanks are approximately 500,000 liters and hold approximately 2,500 barrels. From there, it'll be pumped into our dump and fill building, where we'll be putting it directly into the barrels. And what we do there is we do an inline blending process where we'll take the rum, mix it with water, take it down to our barreling strength, and put it into our barrels to be shipped over to our warehouse. The warehouse is approximately 4 miles from here and hold a capacity of approximately 200,000 barrels. These barrels will sit there for approximately 1 year, at which time we will then withdraw them, bring them back to the same dump and fill building, empty the barrels, and put them on ISO tankers to be shipped to our bottling facility in Baltimore, Maryland. Beside me here is the equalization tank that allows us to buffer these tanks so that we can control exactly what goes into these tanks, because we have to be very careful of the biology of these tanks. We have 3 anaerobic digesters on site, each of approximately 4 million gallons. When the vinesse comes out of the EQ tank, it goes into these large anaerobic digesters where the biological entities will start to eat down and digest the solids in there, creating what we call methane gas. We will be taking that methane gas, collecting it, and we'll be putting it into and use it as fuel for one of our, either the dryer or our boiler here in the distillery. You know, as I mentioned, very proud of the fact that this is a very environmentally friendly distillery, and that we are reclaiming as much water as we possibly can in the process. The water that has come off of these evaporators will be recycled back into our process, either into our fermenters, into our cooling towers, wherever it's needed, because it is clean, clear water. So the solids that come out of those anaerobic digesters pass through a centrifuge up here where we extract out more of the water. That water gets fed back to the evaporators. The solids here will be fed up to the dryer, where they will be mixed with the liquid solids that have come out of the evaporators, mixed together and pass through this dryer. This dryer will reduce the moisture content down anywhere from 20 to 80%. The solids then will be pumped over to the solid handling building, where disposition of the solids will either go to a couple of different spots, whether they'll either go to to land application, or for out to the farmers to be used in the field, or shipped offshore, or burnt in a waste to energy plant. You know, I'm very, very proud of the project team. You know, we've overcome a lot of complexities and challenges, and I'm not sure we'd be where we are today without them.